Good morning. Hi, this is Eric Lehman, and welcome to day 4 of Morning Has Broken, and I Don't Want to Fix It. Today was a great morning, and it was a different start. The first 3 days were sort of mellow with, just kind of a very easy beginning, and this morning I woke up sort of in a dream and sort of by my alarm, and it's kind of interesting because it was Sunday, so a day that many people decide to sleep in. Um, I didn't share my intentions because I didn't know where I was going to land today, and yet this morning I had the opportunity to wake up and arrive and run a half marathon, and it's great to do something like this. And it's interesting to admit how little I trained for this by running. I feel like I trained for most of this experience just mentally, and just I've in my life I've run 3 half marathons and 2 full marathons. So even though it's been a while since a really long run, I guess I wake up with the confidence knowing that the 13.1 miles are in my legs somewhere, and the question is, were they today? And so I was sort of not sharing my intentions around that because I didn't know how I was going to wake up, and I didn't know if I was going to wake up kind of mentally and emotionally prepared for running 13.1 miles without too much training. And as it turned out, it was the right thing to do. It was a great decision, and such a great group of people to run with. This is the, I believe, fourth year or fourth running of what's called the Catherine Valley Half, and it's just a beautiful run, and you get to see waterfalls. And in years past, you actually got to see water in the waterfalls, and because it's been such a dry summer up here in Ithaca and in the Watkins Glen area where the run actually was, there wasn't much water coming from the waterfall. So that was kind of an interesting experience as well. And so here's the great news. The great news is that because of my commitment to you all, I actually started my morning exactly the same way as I have started the past few mornings. And I really have to thank you for, in a way, holding me accountable to this. Had I not known that I was going to feel accountable to kind of recording another edition of Morning Has Broken and I Don't Want to Fix It, I would have never, I may not have taken the time in advance of rushing to get to the location of the half marathon, to meditate and to read the poems and to read the verse of the Tao Te Ching, and to really sit in stillness for a little bit. And I'm so glad that I have you all in my life to help me through that. So I owe you one. I feel so grateful that I took that time, and the verses were so perfect. And in all honesty, I read them a while ago, and they resonated deeply. Um, and there's just been so much going on outside of what I've been reading that I wanted to share more from a place of experience. Yesterday, after sharing day 3 of Morning is Broken and I Don't Want to Fix It, I went to a retreat center on a place called Thunder Mountain where the Peace Weavers gather, and they had a gathering. And yesterday they had a gathering that included a presentation and a conversation with Arun Gandhi, Mahatma's grandson. And I've had several occasions to get to know Arun Gandhi, and I've been so blessed because every single time he comes to town, he tends to bring family members with him, and somehow, some way, I get to connect with just different descendants of Mahatma Gandhi, and that's just a really awesome thing to kind of look forward to and to have as part of my life. And yesterday I was really blown away, just from a place of just possibility. And and I'll just share that Arun Gandhi is 78 years old, and he spoke yesterday about the fact that he just recently started um, practicing non-attachment. And non-attachment is something that I've been embracing for a while, and every day I try to let go of more, and every day I get blessed with what comes back my way. And to hear Arun Gandhi at 78 saying he's willing to explore new ways of existing on this planet, just it gave me such a ray of hope for all of us that he I didn't know this, but he was experiencing high blood pressure in advance of exploring non-attachment or living with detachment or loving with detachment. And and apparently ever since he starting his mornings letting go and just letting go and letting go, his blood pressure went way down, well under 120/80. And I was so encouraged, and it was just great to share a moment with him and to thank him for being a role model, for living, for being the change, and being change at 78 is it's awesome. And so that's really what I want to share with you today, is that, I mean, even, in sharing my running, I didn't know I was a runner. I today I I finished the race and I still knew that I loved running. And I didn't start running until 2008, in earnest. And so I guess the point is that anything can happen at any moment when you just make a different decision. So and it was just so amazing to hear Arun, say to an audience of about 200 people that he was willing to change his own way of being. I mean, I can imagine that, you sort of get a get out of jail free card if you've got the last name of Gandhi. You can pretty much, figure out what, you know, how to live your life, and other people will just have to, sort of put up with it. Um, and the other part of what he said was that, he's grown, and he's been wrong, and he's apologized, and he recognizes that, we are all part of a global system that has a lot of work yet to do on our mindset and on our heart set. And I'm so happy and humble to be in his presence, and to just know that he's still open to learning and trying new things was so encouraging to me. And I really I was so humbled to hear what he had to say. So I'm really on a great place around that. So yeah, I mean, the verses I read this morning were awesome, and I I can refer to them at some other point, but I'm caught in this energy in a great place, and I just want to leave it on this note. It's just so elevated right now, and I think part of it is that I still have a runner's high,